It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Who remembers the BJ and Bill show all those years ago on WOLZ? Well, many have said they missed the show, and guess what? They're back. Welcome to the BJ and Bill podcast.
Welcome back. It's the BJ and Bill podcast. I'm Bill Stevens. Over there is Mr. BJ Odom, and this is episode number 9. Can you believe it? 9? We're just slightly ahead of the NFL schedule. Because week 9 is coming. I think week 9 is coming up in the NFL schedule.
Yeah, it is. That'll be starting on Thursday night.
That's awesome. Yeah. So anyway, how are you?
I'm good, but you're the guy that's been on the road and enjoying life and having a good time.
Me and Willie Nelson on the road again. Yeah, I did. I went, drove back to Sarasota to help a friend and give a friend a ride to the Tampa airport because they were flying out. So stayed in Sarasota a couple days, drove to Tampa, drove back to Gainesville, stayed in Gainesville, slept in my own bed, literally one night, went up to visit our old friends who, up in Blue Ridge, Georgia, stayed there for a few days, drove directly from Blue Ridge, Georgia to another friend here just north of Jacksonville. And so been here for not quite a week, but we'll be here through the end of this week. So yeah, you're right. It's just, I'm why am I spending money on my own apartment? I could just live on the road, like you said here.
Yeah, just awesome. Go to different people's house. Hey, I'm going to come over for a week or so.
I actually knew a guy in Sarasota who did that. He lined up house sitting jobs with friends and people, the friends of friends and all of that. And he was an older retired guy who was living on his Social Security and whatever else. So he literally lived most of the year. I think he still does most of the year. He just lives for free because he's just quote unquote house sitting. I love that. So I need to find some $1 million mansions that need house sitters. And then I could just do that for the summer.
Some people
That'd be
make
awesome.
that a business. It
is a business. I mean, it kind of could be a business. Nowadays, a lot of people, if they're not going to be in their house in Florida, of course, that's Airbnb or VRBO or whatever. But yeah, some people don't want people living in their houses, or they have like the friend that I'm staying at now here near Jack's. There's 2 cats to take care of, so I'm house sitting / cat sitting, and I'm okay with that. I like cats, I like dogs, I like critters. So here I am. So anybody who needs a house sitter, folks, just give a shout out to, BJ and Bill podcast at Gmail. Let me know where you got to be a nice house, pool preferred, or hot tub preferred. And then we'll talk. So there you go.
Well, you must be in a nice house now because we were going to record this earlier today.
Yes.
But you said the cleaning lady was going to come.
It's actually a cleaning couple. They have, it's a woman and husband, and they're super nice. And I've met them before because I've been to this house before when they've been here. But yes, the cleaning folks just left, so we're all mopped and scrubbed and dusted and all of that sort of thing. So yes, it's all
now,
good.
Let me ask you a question because I have a cousin who has cleaning people come in,
right?
And I have my son who has cleaning people come in. But every time I talk to them on the days that the cleaning people are coming, I've got to clean up.
I hear it coming. Go ahead, say it.
I got to clean up
for the cleaning people. You have to clean up because the cleaning people are coming. And I'm like, wait, what? Yes, I hear that all the time. All the time. And I didn't do it. I didn't do it for the cleaning people.
No.
Now, I will admit, I probably had a pizza box or something sitting on the kitchen counter. That went to the trash can. All right, fine. Great. I would have done that anyway. But yeah, cleaning up for the cleaning people. My former partner in Sarasota, she does the same thing. She has cleaning people come and she has to clean up for the cleaning people. That makes no sense to me. What are you paying them for?
Now, my son says what that means entails.
Yes.
Like if you have clothes on the floor and things like that, that way they can, mop.
Right.
And they can vacuum.
Right.
And they can do all the things that they need to do. So he's always saying, oh, man, I'm cleaning up the house now. The cleaning lady's coming. I'm just
right. I love that.
My head against the wall.
I love that. Well, and I mean, yeah, so I get it. I mean, maybe you should just use that as motivation to clean your own darn house. Maybe you should just hire a cleaning lady, pay her $25 not to come, and that forces me to clean up the house or she's going to show up. Oh, no. So I get it. I mean, I understand. And, a lot of folks like your son, prime example, he's probably way too busy to clean up his own house. I mean, his time is better spent paying somebody rather than him doing something he makes more money doing his thing is what I'm saying. I think it's great.
I need a cleaning person.
You're the cleaning person. Yes, you are your wife's cleaning person, right?
No, my wife is my cleaning person.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Okay, good.
I do the laundry though.
You do laundry?
I do the laundry.
You could push that button with the best of them, right? Dump
my
everything
wife sorts it.
Throw in the Tide Pod, push the button.
Now, and then when it gets done washing,
right,
I have to tell my wife,
oh yeah,
go to the washer, take out the things you don't want to go in the dryer, and then she puts them in the dryer. Then, though, when they come out the dryer, I take them, I fold them, I put away my clothes. She puts away her clothes. I do notice every once in a while I'll like fold some shirts or whatever of hers.
Right.
She will refold them for some reason. I guess I don't fold them that good.
Well, just have her teach you the proper way to fold them. Come on. Why double your efforts here?
I don't know. I think she's tried to tell me how to do it properly before.
This is a lost cause. She figures now it's just,
I'm setting my ways.
Okay. I get it.
I'm setting my folding ways.
Wow. So here we are. Wow. That's just awesome. So I see from behind you that you're I didn't expect you to be like moving out or anything like that, but it looks, I mean, obviously I'm the only one that can see you, not our listeners, but it looks like nothing has changed behind you. I don't see any new boxes. I don't see any less stuff. So things are pretty much.
Well, if you went in our garage, you'd have a whole different story.
Oh, okay. So for those who don't know, we're following the saga of BJ Odom moving between houses here in Central Florida. And if you saw him, we were talking about this last week on the show. He's already posted the for sale sign on Instagram and other social media places. So there you go. So all good. How's the process going?
Good. It came out late Friday when they were finally posted. So now we've been up for a few days because we are recording this on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to my realtor. Well, I sent her a note and she goes, I'm reaching out to some realtors this afternoon that have some interest. So I don't know what that means, but makes me a little excited maybe.
Are there a lot of other places for sale in your neighborhood where you're at now?
There is a house and there is a villa, which we live in a villa.
Okay. All right.
But we're up on Zillow and
all those places,
realtors.com.
Yep.
Bluefin.
Redfin, Bluefin, One Fish,
whatever the fin is.
Whatever the fin is.
Probably other sites out there too that I just are not really aware of.
Yeah, I hear you. That's and we were talking about this last week. You were saying your real estate agent is saying that it should be sold. It shouldn't take long to sell it because, well, this is Florida and things go fast. So whatever.
I'm actually kind of surprised though, since it did go up on the market late Friday, basically early Saturday morning. I thought we might have some interest on Sunday.
Right.
Someone may want to drive by and take a look at the old house, but no showings yet anyway.
No showings yet. Okay. Are you going to have an open house?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And like if we don't sell it within a few weeks, I'll probably say, hey, maybe it'd be a good idea to have an open house.
I remember friends talking to friends who are real estate agents, and they say that's mostly, and I'm probably quoting this wrong, but if you're a real estate agent, feel free to call us and let us know, or email us. The open houses don't really sell houses so much. It's kind of just to show the owner that, hey, the real estate agent's actually trying to earn their keep, kind of a thing. Because it's all online now. It's all, like you said, red fin, blue fin, one fish, two fish. It's all out there with, all of these people that are searching wherever that, because, if they live in Cleveland or Chicago, they're not coming down to Florida for an open house.
I also believe open houses are a way the neighbors can come in and check out your house and how you live.
Well, and not so much how you live. I hadn't thought of it that way. But yes, they also can think, oh my gosh, if BJ and his wife are getting that much for that house, then ours is worth blah blah, whatever. And I've done that. I've looked at, open houses in the same, like literally across the street or something, to see what they're going for. And then, that either gives you a good feeling or a bad feeling about what your place is worth. So that's cool.
Maybe we need to get Ted Fitzgeorge on and do another.
That's who I was thinking of. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah. And he's still in the business, because I'm pretty sure I see him on Facebook, with his real estate business there or whatever. So yet another old friend of the show that we need to get on. So many.
Now, if I step out of line, I just want you to tell me that you're stepping out of line.
Try me.
Now, the place where you're staying today, I think you told me it's a lady friend.
Yes.
Now, what is a lady friend, if I can ask?
You're not out of line. I'm just trying to figure out how to best answer the question.
Now, let me see. I'm looking at your Facebook profile. It doesn't say you're in a relationship or anything.
That is correct. That's correct. So yeah, and I wouldn't change the Facebook profile to say that I am in a relationship. And yet, and yet here I am, house sitting, cat sitting for my lady friend, who is traipsing around Ireland with some friends of hers at the moment. So I guess that shows where I rank. She and her buddies went to Ireland and left me to do the cat sitting. So yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing, and here I am. So I'm sure that didn't answer your question, but what else can I tell you?
Now, how did you meet your lady friend?
On one of the online dating apps on the internet, of course. That's how anybody meets now, right? I don't
know. That's what I've been told anyway.
It pretty much is, because, well, especially with the the pandemic, which shall not be named, that nobody went out anywhere. Now, of course, we're past that, thank God. But at the same time, if I'm living in my nice little small town of Gainesville, Florida, which I like a lot, but the dating / nightlife options are pretty limited. Well, they're pretty limited in any town, right? You can only go to so many nightclubs or bars or sporting events or whatever. And besides, does anybody even do that anymore? Does anybody even, you and I are not very good examples, or we're not really good to find out about that. So anyway, long story short, yes, I am on a couple of the different dating sites, and yes, I have reached out to a few ladies, and yes, this one actually responded. Now, little quick story to say that it's even on the online stuff that, that if a couple of them, like the one that I'm on is Zoosk, Zoosk, not an endorsement or not anything like that. That's just the one where I happened to meet this one lady. And they have kind of a little thing, kind of like the Tinder app that young kids have, the swipe right, swipe left, like this one, don't like that one kind of a thing. So they have that, and you go through that, and then you can, if you like somebody, you can send them a message or whatever. And I've probably done that with a few dozen different profiles that I've liked, and I can literally count on one hand. Here I am holding up 5 fingers. I can count on one hand the responses I've gotten back. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just a loser, or maybe I'm, whatever. I don't know. I'm doing too much talking on this.
I was going to ask you, I'm married now, so I can't dally in that field.
That's
but
right.
I'm just wondering, because, we've talked about it on the show before. We're seniors.
Yes.
So what is dating like as seniors, I wonder?
It's the same. I mean, it's the same as far as I know. I mean, I have, there's this particular lady friend here now, and then there have been 2 others that I've actually met in person, I think. At least, 2 others that I've actually met in person. And it's literally just meet for a cup of coffee somewhere. Go to a Starbucks or Panera or whatever, or pick a local restaurant in between you or something like that and go for a coffee and lunch. Because the first time, it's just a matter of meeting somebody in person. Because the online thing, I mean, it's both the best way to do it and the worst way to do it, to meet somebody, because all you're seeing is a couple, 3 pictures and maybe a little bit of information about that person, and they're all the same. Oh, I'm wonderful and open-minded, and I love kids and animals, and it's like, okay, I've only read that 50 times. So long story short, you arrange to meet somebody at a local coffee shop where you can actually meet them in person and see what they're like and talk in a way that's not, structured or whatever by a dating app, where you can actually have a real conversation. Imagine that. So anyway, that's my story. It's the same.
My daughter's on the dating sites now.
Okay. And is she having any success with it, or what's her story?
She's had some success, but then they end up kind of floating away.
Right.
Or else, she's met them and she goes, this guy's not for me.
Right.
So she hasn't found the right guy yet, I guess, is what I'm saying.
That's hard. That's hard.
The one that she would like to maybe spend more time or the rest of her life.
Right. Now, is she looking for a real live partner that she would like to marry and, like you said, spend her days with, kind of a thing?
I believe so.
All right. Yeah. Because I think that's one thing that does change a little bit for us older folks in the dating world, is that I mean, I've been asked this before. It's like, are you looking to marry somebody? Well, no, not really. I'm looking to have somebody that I can have a monogamous long-term relationship with, but at the same time, I don't think I want to get married and move in with somebody. I kind of enjoy my life as it is, a little too much the way it is. Now, could that change? Sure, anything's possible. But right now, I like what I'm doing. How's that for crazy? I don't know.
It all works out.
It all works out. It really does. It all works out. And I think, because I mean, again, for us seniors, and I'm a little unusual in that I don't own my own house or condo or whatever. I'm still in my apartment or whatever. So if anybody would be available to decide to move in with somebody, it would be me. But I'm not really, that's not where I'm at. And most of the ladies I meet, they have their own place. They have their own, whatever. They have their own house or condo and their own, they have, they don't have kids in the house anymore, but, they have kids and they have animals and they have blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. We can enjoy our time together in whatever way we do. And then I, sleep in my bed in my apartment and whatever. So there you go. Without getting too detailed.
I was just curious about, the dating world, for someone our age. And I know It's a whole lot different. Probably, maybe not though. Now, you probably, now that you met some of these ladies, have any of them told you that, like, there's older gentlemen that are calling and trying to date them that are basically, how do I say, just looking for one thing?
Yes, I would say that still is a thing out there in the dating world. Yes.
Because I would say that's,
yeah.
My daughter's finding that out, and she goes,
yeah,
no, I want to get to know somebody. I want to,
right.
I don't
right.
want to just hook up with somebody. I want
right.
to get to know somebody. But a lot of these dating sites, all I have in mind is, let's hook up.
Yep. I'm sure you're right. I mean, I know you're right because I've heard it from the ladies that I've talked to, the ladies that I've communicated with, that I've actually been able to speak to in person, not just sending messages back and forth or whatever. But yeah, there's so many of them are like, oh my God, here's yet another one that just wants to hook up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I hear that. It's not me, but I hear that. And there's probably sites just for that sort of thing. Who knows?
I don't know. If I really wanted to hook up, I think nowadays I just move to the villages.
Right. All right. Is that like the biggest rumor or biggest story ever, that it's like that the villages is like the place for senior citizen hooking up? Or is that, I mean, that kind of a rumor just doesn't start all by itself, right?
I don't know where it came from, but I guess
some truth to it.
supposedly, and it is the STD capital of the world for seniors. That's what I've heard.
I have heard that too, and I don't want to go down that road because I don't know it for sure, and that honestly is scary as hell if that were the case. But I do understand that if you have that many senior folks living there, that, people die out, people die off, leaving single men and single women that, whatever. So yeah, somebody actually suggested that to me when I was moving a year ago. Somebody said, well, why don't you just go to the villages? And I'm like,
it's a cool place. I will tell you that.
It is super cool. And I've been there a couple of times, and I have a friend there who an old friend of ours, another old friend of the show who I'll mention, but he and his wife live there half the year and live up in upstate New York during the summer. So yeah, it sounds kind of interesting and kind of cool. And there's always, there's only 300,000 different clubs going with, whatever you want to do and play. And as a pickleball player, I could always, find fun with that. So anyway, long story short, I thought about the villages. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet.
I'll tell you what I do. I enjoy their downtown. I guess it would be their downtown area.
They have
there's a lot
like
of
3 of them.
There's like restaurants and shops.
Right.
There's a place like a park in the middle of all this, where they a lot of times have almost every night some kind of entertainment,
live music or something,
either a band or something. I thought I had that on silent. Why did that do that?
Oh, I didn't. We didn't hear it. It's okay.
But
yes, they have. There's at least 2, maybe 3 different little downtown circles, or little down village square kind of a thing. And there's the lake one. I forget the name of the lake. There's the Brownwood one, which is kind of like Old West. And I've been to those 2, and I think there's another one too somewhere. But yeah, they're very cool, very super cool. And again, if you wanted to just meet people and hang out, go on a night where there's live music, bring your little lawn chair and your adult beverage, and drive up in your golf cart, and you're good to go. I love that. But again, I'm not just there just yet. Maybe soon.
I think I could be there. That's for sure. It's, when I went with friends, I loved the place.
Yeah, it is nice.
No one came on to me though. That was kind of sad.
Oh, you mean you didn't get somebody didn't try and pick you up on the street,
No.
or some senior lady didn't give you the eye?
No, but I will tell you this. Here's a funny story. When I was doing comedy.
Yep.
I was invited, and it never panned out. I never got the job, but someone was talking to me about doing a gay club. And this was quite a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, well, what do you do if somebody hits on me? And this is the exact words they used on me. Well, when you work at a regular comedy club, do you have anybody that hits on you there? And I go, no. And why do you think they would hit on you?
Okay, that's both insulting and hilarious at the same time, isn't it? Well, BJ, somebody
talk about how to basically say, I don't think you got anything to worry about.
Yeah, lucky you.
You're just not that sexy.
Wow, that's hilarious. I mean, it really is. That's terrific.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back.
How would you like to come home to a bartender who will fix you any cocktail you want?
I'll have an old-fashioned.
I'll have a margarita.
Now you can with the Bartesian Home Cocktail Maker. Bartesian is a sleek machine the size of a coffee maker that makes premium cocktails at the touch of a button. Choose from over 50 different cocktails, from classics to the most exotic premium cocktails served in the best bars today. You'll always get freshly mixed, perfectly balanced cocktails with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. And now, get free shipping with your new Bartesian when you go to bartesian.com/cocktail. Entertaining? The Bartesian is ideal for parties. No need to stock all kinds of individual mixers for complicated recipes. Every guest gets the cocktail of their choice in seconds. The Bartesian makes a wonderful gift for weddings, holidays, birthdays, or for anyone who loves a fine premium cocktail. And right now, get free shipping with your Bartesian purchase at bartesian.com/cocktail. Go to bartesian.com/cocktail and your home cocktail maker ships for free. That's bartesian.com/cocktail.
M&M's Crunchy Cookie combines your favorite chocolate candies and your favorite crunchy cookies all in one. A great tasting crunchy center covered in delicious milk chocolate, all wrapped in a colorful candy shell. Two beloved classics together at last. M&M's Crunchy Cookie.
And welcome back to the BJ and Bill podcast. We're doing podcast number 9. Like the old song said, number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
The Beatles song, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. And by the way, if you'd like to get in touch and share a story for this podcast episode or any podcast episode, feel free to get in touch at our email address, which is bjandbillpodcast, and spell out the A-N-D, BJ and Bill podcast at gmail.com. Or you can look us up on Facebook. Same exact address, BJ and Bill podcast. Just do a search on Facebook and you will find us.
You know what we need to do? Well, I don't know. I don't think younger people would enjoy this show, but I just read the other day that the average young person now spends 91 minutes a day on TikTok.
On just TikTok, not
just on
like
TikTok.
all social media, just on TikTok. That's insane. I mean, it's not,
that?
Now that
It's
you
an hour
say
and a
it,
half
though,
a
it's not
day.
unusual, but it's insane either way. I saw something equally scary that it's like tons and tons of people, like, again, young people, that say that TikTok and YouTube and sites like that are their, quote, major source of news.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
And it's, I don't know that I was going to say, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. No, it's definitely a bad thing, because that means anybody with a camera and a big mouth can put out anything they want and people will think that it's actual news. That's like really scary, really scary. What are you going to do? I don't know.
I'll do a disclaimer here. What you hear on this program is never actually news.
No, there's no news. There's absolutely no news here. So it's just a couple of old guys chatting like it's always been. So that's fine. You know, you're safe here, folks. You're safe. There's no chance that we're going to try to, rope you into any particular way of thinking or anything like that. So cool.
But I know my granddaughter is really into TikTok.
How old is
I think
she?
my daughter at night, when she's, which they say is not a good thing when you're trying to, getting ready for bed, going to sleep. But I think she will sit on her phone and watch TikTok like I don't know, it's not 90 minutes, but, for a little while before she tries to go to bed.
How old is your granddaughter?
I'm going to guess here.
I put Dad on the spot.
Way to go.
I put Grandpa on the spot.
Oh, I know how old she is. She's 15 going on 16 because she just got her permit.
Oh, okay. So one 16-year-old, and then your daughter, how old?
In her 30s.
In her 30s. Okay. Yeah. So that's scary. It's just scary. I'm sorry. I can't help myself to say that because, well, of course, I was a news person. I was a quote unquote journalist, whatever the hell that means anymore. And I used to try to think that I was doing a service to tell people what was going on in the world, hopefully without telling them whether it was a good thing or a bad thing or, whatever. I don't know where it goes from here. I really don't. And I'm talking about the whole way we get information and the whole way that anybody with a big enough mouth and enough money, I'm looking at you, Elon Musk, can control what we see and hear and read and think is the truth or the news or whatever. There, it was a quick 15-second rant, and now I'm done.
I wonder if anyone goes to, because, like a lot of people used to go to college and become a journalist, either, writing newspaper articles or,
yes,
presenting news on radio and television. There used to be a lot of people that would take that as a major or at least a minor. I wonder if they still do that.
I was that guy. Of course, that was 40 years ago, 45 years ago, but I was that guy. And I don't know I assume that those people are still doing it. I'm sure that colleges and universities have not closed their journalism departments or their TV departments. But the question is, what are they teaching now? What are they, it's like with so many, and I'm not blaming any particular news organization, but it's kind of like when you join a news organization now, you got to pick your side. You got, what side are you on and what are you going to talk about and what do you believe and all of that stuff? Because, and that's not what I learned. So here we are, old guys ranting about the way it used to be. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's awful.
That's why they probably just watch TikTok all the time.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
I like to every once in a while I'll get on TikTok and I'll watch comedians, and I like to watch, comedians, the videos. Like my favorite is Dale Jones. I can watch Dale Jones videos all day long.
Cool. I have the TikTok app on my phone, but I'll be the first to admit that I think other than creating my own account, I don't think I've watched a thing. So yeah, I'm open to that kind of stuff, to, just entertainment or whatever. But yeah, I'm not going to be. Now, having said that, I'm not going to be laying there in bed at night watching TikTok videos until I fall asleep or whatever. But guess who was lying in bed at night last night watching a YouTube video about some ancient aliens thing or whatever? Yeah, that would be me until, whatever.
Boy, you're the segue king.
Thank you.
According to a poll, 36% of Americans believe in alien UFOs.
And
Are
here's
you
where
one of those people.
Of course. And here's where I say only 36%.
I know that I would think it'd be a little bit higher than that myself.
If I would have guessed more than 50 easily. So this is a new poll just out recently that people believe in alien. So say that again. So in aliens and
I'll read
UFOs,
it exactly how written.
Yeah.
Which I, have a problem with reading sometimes, but
it's okay.
Here it is as written.
As written.
According to a poll.
Yep.
Doesn't say where the poll came from. 36% of Americans believe in alien UFOs.
In alien UFOs. Okay. All right. So that means obviously they believe in aliens because they got to get here somewhere, and they use their little spaceships to get here. So cool. I don't know. You can go both ways on that. You can go down the rabbit hole and say, "Oh yeah, of course. I've seen them myself," or whatever. And then you can kind of do the scientific thing and say, we are this planet of ours, this little planet Earth, is an insignificant speck in an insignificant corner of an insignificant galaxy. And who the hell is going to come here looking for people? Right? I mean, unless there's really like the United Federation of Planets out there, thank you, Star Trek, and they're searching out, to boldly go where nobody's gone before. And Earth just happens to be out there, and so I don't know, but it's a cool story, and I think it would be cool if it was true.
Well, my philosophy always is if there are aliens that fly spaceships over good old Mother Earth,
yes,
I would say they are much more intelligent than we are.
Well,
because we haven't got any spaceships.
Yeah, no, they'd kind of have to be to get here.
Out.
Yeah, they'd have to be more smarter. They'd have to be smarter than us in order to get here. Duh.
They'd be more smarter than we are.
More smarter than we are, Bubba. So yeah, have you ever seen that? And that's one of my favorite cartoons is, people will put something, some crazy sign on Facebook or whatever. And the caption always says, "And this is why aliens just pass us by and don't stop to say hello." Yeah. So it'd be cool. It would be really cool. And on a philosophic way of thinking, it would be really helpful to say, "Hey, humans, you're not the only game in town. Get your what together and stop killing each other over stupid stuff, because it's a big, big universe out there and you got to be a part of it." Ooh, I like that. That's kind of Star Trek, Star Wars. I like that. But so far, no, we're just kind of being our own stupid selves on our itty bitty little planet, thinking we're some kind of great thing. And we're not. We're just another piece of the universe. So whatever.
When I was a kid, I thought I saw a UFO, but I now that I'm older, I'm like, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. So I don't know. But it was like
Indiana.
Yeah, it was in Indiana.
Yeah.
But it was like I don't know. It was like I don't know. It was like round, but it was maybe 50 feet, and in diameter.
Right.
And it had some little antennas coming out of it.
Cool.
And I was on my bicycle when I saw it. I raced home and I said, "I saw a flying saucer. I saw a flying saucer." And of course, my parents go, "Yeah, you did."
Well, I mean, I get it. I think, well, yeah. I mean, what the heck? If that's what you believe, go for it. It doesn't, and I think I said this a couple of weeks ago, it doesn't, facts are kind of immaterial now. Facts don't matter anymore. If you believe something, then it's okay. It's good, whatever. So if you believe there's UFOs, cool. If you don't, that's cool. If you believe that, in anything, whatever you believe in.
I'm on the fence, I think, with UFOs.
Yeah, me too.
I could fall either way.
I'd like, it's like absolutely on everybody on planet Earth nowadays has a fantastic camera with them at all times. I'm holding up my iPhone, Android, whatever you got, you have a fantastic movie camera connected to that phone. Let's see some videos, folks. Come on.
Boy, I wish I would have had that when I was a kid riding my bicycle.
I know, right? I wish I'd have had it. Well, of course, it's too fast, that you can't see it. But I saw a shooting star the other night. I was sitting out on the back patio of this very house where I'm at right now. And the back porch, the back patio, there's no other houses or whatever. It's kind of this open marshland. So there's an open horizon for a couple of miles, where you can just see open space. And I'm staring out at the back, enjoying an adult beverage, and gigantic. It, went through all the colors, how it's kind of blue, green, yellow, red, poof at the end kind of thing. And I'm like, that was either the biggest fireworks rocket I've ever seen or a really, really, really cool shooting star. And I think it was a shooting star because it was coming down when I saw it. So I'm like, I'm calling it a shooting star. And of course, you're there by yourself. It's like when you're playing golf by yourself and you get the hole in one. Who's going to believe you? Nobody. So I saw a shooting star, folks. Really, it was awesome. Anyway.
Well, I'll tell you this. We've lived here close to 3 years, if not more. And last night, or not last night, a couple nights ago, I was out on our back lanai, and all of a sudden I saw this white flashing light.
Uh-oh.
And of course, it didn't seem to be moving, but it kept flashing. And I go, wow, is this some kind of UFO or what? And I called my wife. I actually called my wife out to look at it.
Right.
Because there's a big tower over there. That's the light on top of it. It's been flashing. It's been flashing ever since we've lived here.
Okay, radio guy. You've heard of towers, right? They got lights on them so airplanes can avoid them, right? Good job. Oh, man.
I will be quiet, doggy.
Uh-oh. Got the dog in the back. We heard
Well,
one bark
the
there.
wife's
That's fine.
gone.
You're fine.
And ooh, somebody going to ring my doorbell?
Uh-oh. Have you got one of those Ring Central things where it tells you when everybody's at the door and the packages arrive and all that stuff?
Yeah. And we even have, I will admit that we even have the lady that's in the house that when you say her name, she'll do things for you.
Yes.
And we can even tell her.
Starts with an A, ends with an A.
Yeah, we even tell her that she can take a look at the front door because we have one of her boxes right by our TV. We can go show us the front door.
Oh, very
you will
cool.
see the front door.
Very cool.
But
Very
I do not
cool.
say her name because
No.
she may try something.
Yeah, it's it's the same in this house, although I don't think she's within earshot. I think there's one of her in the kitchen and there's one of her in the bedroom. And I don't think there's any. I'm looking around the office here where I'm sitting. I don't think there's anything in here. Not that I would do it anyway. So do you think, so here's a, wow, what another good segue. Do you think that those devices, whether it's your phone with Siri or your she who will not be named, do you think they're listening to you all the time?
I do. And here's why I will say that I do. And I think we may have even talked about this before. I'll talk about a restaurant or something.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, which it's never showed up on my Facebook. Facebook is definitely listening to you.
Right.
Because there can be a restaurant that you have never talked about in your life. And you start talking about it. Boom. There's an ad for it right there on your Facebook feed. And you're going, wait a minute.
Right.
We were just talking about this like 10 minutes ago.
Right.
That's scary.
Yeah. I mean, I recognize it on Facebook when I'm scrolling Facebook and I'll click on an ad for like I was doing it the other night. And it's like, oh, that's a cool pair of sneakers. Let me look at that and see if, they have my size or whatever. So I clicked on the ad for the sneakers and I went off to another website and I kind of looked around and then I came back to Facebook and the same session. I didn't open and close it. I didn't do anything. I just started scrolling again from where I had left off. Shoe ad after shoe ad after shoe ad after shoe. And I'm like, oh my God, people, give it a rest. But yeah,
that's
I know.
I just recently I've done movers, looking for movers.
Of course.
I think I clicked one of them.
Yes.
Now every 2 seconds I see another one. It's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. So, but I get that. That's Facebook where you actually like, oh, look, Bill clicked on something. We know that he's interested in new sneakers. Let's show him more sneakers. But that's easy. I understand that. I get it. What I'm a little, like you said, what I'm a little afraid of, not afraid, what really is kind of queer, is weird is when you speak something in the house and somebody's listening and there's nobody here but the cat. And it's like, oh boy. So what are we saying?
I don't think
what are we doing?
Anyone's actually listening.
No, a human? No.
But I think there is something that maybe, I don't know, algorithms, what do they call it?
Algorithm. Yep.
It hears things.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just, I know that we have neighbors here because All of these villas were, when you bought them,
Right.
they called them smart homes,
Right.
where you have the thermostat, you've got the front door, you've got lights.
Right.
All that is controlled by the A girl.
Right.
And we have a neighbor that will not and refuses to hook up or use any of them because they go, I don't want people listening to me. I don't want people to know what I'm doing.
Right. I at this moment, I'm not really crazy worried about it, but I can see where it would, it could be a thing. It could really be in the future that it's like, as stuff listens to, I mean, just look at what they're doing in like China and stuff, where you have to show on your phone that you got your vaccine and you got your test today. So today you can go to the store and buy, groceries for your family or whatever. And it's literally every day that they're doing that. And so, yeah, that's the scary part, is the way that this technology could be used. I'm not saying it is, but could be someday used to control people in ways that that old book or movie 1984 they got nothing. They got nothing on the Facebooks and the Apples and the TikToks of the world. They got nothing on these guys. So aren't we having fun today? This is great.
While we were talking about this last episode, we talked about DoorDash and all the delivery services out there.
Yep.
For food.
Yep.
Now took me a long time to get on the bandwagon, but I am now, and I will admit it, an Amazon person.
Oh, sure. Are you an Amazon Prime member?
Yes. Now,
yeah,
but it's not.
Me too.
I don't have Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, I think you do. I think it comes when you're an Amazon Prime member. I think that comes as part of it did for me. That's how I'm watching my Thursday night football.
Maybe I'll try to watch football this Thursday.
If you haven't created the account yet or something, do you have you said you had a smart home. Do you have a smart TV? Can you pull up apps like Netflix and Amazon Prime and all of that stuff?
Yes, but now we don't use the television. We have a Fire Stick.
Okay. Another Amazon product.
Yes.
So obviously then you have Amazon Prime Video, or you should have Amazon Prime Video on that thing.
Now, when I go there I'll ask my lady friend here. That's what I'm going to start calling her. My lady friend.
Right.
So when I ask my lady friend to show me a movie with Bill Stevens on it.
Yes.
Sometimes it'll take me to Amazon, but yet the Bill Stevens movie will cost like $1.99 for me to watch it.
That's seen why I'm that.
Thinking, do I have Prime Video or not?
I think you still do. Because if I've tried that as well with a couple of the streaming services, and it's like, okay, this one's free, but this one you can rent for $1.99, or this one you can buy for $9.99 or whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you still have Amazon Prime. I mean, on Thursday, it's easy on Thursdays. I turn on Amazon Prime on my smart TV, and the first thing that pops up at the very top is the football game with a big button that says, click here to watch. Boink, I'm in. Done. That's all I got to do. So worth a shot.
I'm trying on Thursday, and then maybe I'll know.
Yeah. Give it a try. I mean, I'm going to bet that you do have that available to you, because there's not like any special program that's like, okay, you got Prime, but you don't get this or whatever. I think once you get Amazon Prime, you get all the goodies that come with it at the one price. Yeah.
And my wife was that way in the beginning, though, as far as the shopping on Amazon.
Right.
It's like, I've got to touch it. I've got to feel it. I've got to look at it.
And I kind of agree with her on some things. I've got Amazon Prime. I don't use it a ton, but on commodities, stuff that it's like, okay, I've ordered this before, and I'm not I'm not saying I do crazy things. Now, I know friends, I have friends that order like toilet paper and paper towels on Amazon. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You can't go to, Walmart's on the way home or whatever. Oh, it's just so much easier. Okay, great. Whatever. But I mean, yes, if it's something I've ordered in the past or whatever, and I'll do the Prime thing. Sure. But not everything. Not all the time.
But I'll tell you this. Now, if you do order, not that I do, but I do some of the prescribed or whatever it is, where if you order 5 things a month, it comes either monthly or every other month or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you can subscribe to stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I've got some of those. And and I look at the prices. I like, actually, because it has a scanner on the Amazon app.
Oh.
So let's say I'm in Walmart and I go,
right.
This cereal is $4.99.
Right.
I'll get on the Amazon app. Sometimes the cereal I want says I can order that cereal for $3.89.
Right.
So I'm going, order.
Right. Sorry, Walmart.
I do that a lot. Even like with other things, like let's say, can't think of anything offhand, but let's say I wanted something bigger, like,
right,
a TV.
Oh,
I would scan the TV, the barcode of the TV.
Right.
Then maybe Walmart says it's, $3.99. And then all of a sudden they say, well, we'll do it for $3.49 or something like that.
Right.
So their prices are cheaper. Plus they deliver free if you're an Amazon Prime member.
They're not all cheaper. I mean, there are some things that some places are, I'm not going to say they're definitely, more money, but yeah, there's some places that it's competitive. Yeah, let's put it that way.
You got to do research.
You do.
Yeah. If you don't do research, you can't get like, wait a minute, I can get this. Like you said, I can get this cheaper. Like paper towels, a perfect example. I can get paper towels at Walmart cheaper than I can on Amazon.
Right.
But there are other products that you use like monthly or whatever. And cereal's a great example. Right. You can get cheaper on Amazon than you can get at the store. It's really weird how all that works.
You shouldn't be eating breakfast cereal anymore, Mr. Odom. Come on, man.
Cheerios, it's good for your for your cholesterol.
Okay, good. Yeah, if you eat the whole box. No milk, no sugar, just down those Cheerios by the handful, baby. Okay. All right, but no, I get it. And just one last thing about, not last thing, but one other thing about that now is I'm a Sam's Club member, which is, it's like the Costco of Walmart. It's Sam's Club, it's cool. And their app is fantastic because you'll be shopping in the store and you can just zap things as you're filling up your cart with stuff. And then you don't have to wait through the crazy long lines because of course nobody hires anybody anymore, so you've got one checkout line at Sam's Club with 300 people waiting in line. And I'm like, oh, all done. Thanks. I'm out of here. Bye. So you just zap it while you're filling up your cart. You push the button, you pay for it. It shows a barcode. So the girl, standing at the door can zap your barcode and say, yep, you've paid for it. See ya.
That's it.
I love that.
Sam's Club.
Love that.
Now, we don't have any of the stores close to us. BJ's, Sam's, Costco.
Man. Oh, what are you going to do?
Well, when we moved to Claremont, I think they at least have a BJ's.
Okay.
But, me and my trips to Tampa for health reasons.
Yes.
So we had Costco in Fort Myers. So we do have Costco again, but we just go every time either Susan or I have a doctor's appointment in Tampa. We just, that's our time to go by Costco.
Yes. And again, they are awesome and love them. But they're not the cheapest on everything. But again, I'm one of those people. And again, I'm going to show my age. Well, I don't have to show my age. Everybody knows how I'm an old guy. I still like to go shopping sometimes. I still like pushing a cart around in Walmart, not Walmart so much, but like a Costco or a Sam's Club. I kind of enjoy that. It's kind of like a little bit of fun, a little bit of, you can talk to people. And of course the free samples are almost always awesome too. Oh yeah. If it's a good sample day, you're like golden. So
and then you take disguises. Have you ever taken disguises? So you can try the samples and go, oh, that was really good. put your little disguise on and go back again.
I saw that. What is that on Family Guy where he came back like 6 times for the same thing?
Now that's another weird thing. We're talking about the A girl.
Yes.
Now, the other girl with Apple or what's
Siri.
Apple?
Siri.
Yeah. I was just moving my hand and all of a sudden I do not have that. It was her talking to me saying she didn't know what I was talking about. Well, first place, I wasn't talking to you.
So, I mean, but did she hear me? If I say, "Hey Siri," does your phone light up?
Well, it lit up, but it just telling me I have no.
Because mine did over here. But unless you say something, I mean, just saying, "Hey Siri,"
no,
it doesn't do anything. I mean, Alexa will. I said it out loud. I'm sorry. Alexa will come right back and say, "Sorry, I didn't get that," or "What can I do for you?" Or whatever.
Siri just did to me
She's
on
a
my
little more.
watch.
What's that?
That's what Siri just did to me on my watch.
On your
what
watch.
Are you talking about?
Oh, you're
now.
So cool.
Let me ask you this: my lady friend,
yes,
Miss A.
Yes,
I could call her Lady A, and then they think she's a country artist.
That's.
But so Lady A. Sometimes, do you ever get in an argument?
With Lady A? No,
yeah.
I don't get into arguments with Alexa. No,
you don't.
I don't think I have. Tell me more.
Well, I'll say like do something like either open play certain kind of music or something like that.
Right.
And all of a sudden she'll be playing something else or she'll do something else, and I'm going, hey, that's not what I said. That's not what I want to hear. And so I'll say it again. And still play something different again. So every once in a while we'll have actually like husband and wife fights.
Oh, well, you're great at that. So yeah.
Then when I do tell her that, she goes, I do not understand. I go, yeah, that's because you're a stupid wacko. That's why you don't understand.
Oh, do you tell her that? You're going to give her a bad self-image or something like that. No wonder she's listening to you. She's collecting dirt.
Probably is.
Probably
her and the wife are in cahoots.
Oh, now there's the Siri app that every spouse wants. Listen to when my partner is talking and let me know what he or she says. Ooh, I've given somebody an evil idea there.
Yeah.
Let's not do that one.
Well, we also have, the cameras also, like the Ring.
Yes.
We have the cameras.
Yes.
And we have one in our living room. Now, our daughter lived here for a while when she, about a year ago. Yeah, well, it was over a year ago. But she was living with us for a while. And then she got her own place again after her divorce. And so she still has I don't mind her having it, our code, to open up our camera.
Yeah.
And like sometimes she'll call us and she'll go, I was going to call you an hour ago, but I looked on the camera and you guys weren't home. So I waited till you got home. Wow. Domestic spying. Yeah.
Wow.
No kidding.
I think, what if like you and the wife were having a fun moment on the couch together?
I've tried, but my wife says not. She'll even point at the camera. No, don't even touch me. Don't even think about it. That's a camera. Also, I shouldn't be. I'm glad she went to crafts.
Okay.
That's one good thing about these 55 plus communities. They got all sorts of stuff.
She went to crafts class, so we can
water aerobics this morning, crafts class this afternoon. But let's say she's taking a shower or something.
Yes.
And she needs something like out of the laundry room.
Yes.
But you have to pass the camera.
Oh.
I swear she comes out covering her top and her bottom, and she'll run through the house like somebody's actually looking at her, and I just laugh. But maybe someone is.
Maybe somebody somewhere, and you could probably rewind the video on your phone app and watch if that you needed to. Wow.
And I could put it up on Pornhub.
Oh. All right. There's a rabbit hole we are not going to go down, at least not this week. Maybe next week.
Oh,
Down to the end of the hour.
I was talking to the guy who, is in charge of kind of like this podcast.
Right.
And we didn't go there today, but I don't think it's. But I was going to ask you too about how your performance is today, but that'll be for another show.
Performance,
your dating performance. Like I can't perform pretty much at all with all my medical issues.
Right.
I have no performance issues. I mean, I do have performance issues.
You have a performance issue, and that is that you have no performance.
Yeah. And then even the little blue pill that helps you to perform with all the meds that I'm on, I'm not allowed to take the little blue pill.
That's awful.
So I'm just back to the old days of floppy disk computers.
Well, let's save that discussion for another day, maybe next week, because we're coming to the end of the hour. But I will say at this moment in time that I have so here I am knocking on wood. I have never taken the little blue pill or any of its cousins. Although it might be an interesting experiment. That's all I'm going to say. So, okay. Yeah.
Cause I was asking the gentleman that puts all this together. And if you notice, on our podcast, because there are other podcasts that it doesn't say clean.
Right.
Ours actually says clean.
Good.
And he said, oh, you can have one that's like, R-rated or
right.
Foul language.
Right.
You go back to the nice. He goes, it's up to you. It's a podcast. You can do whatever you want to.
I understand. But of course, listeners from years gone by of the BJ and Bill show on the radio will know that it was always a clean show, and I don't want to shock anybody, although I know for a fact that I've already said a couple of 4-letter words, but not none of the really, really bad ones, just an occasional damn or something like that. Yeah. So I'm not really worried about it, but that's okay. I get it.
Well, you probably should continue your job that you were told to do when we were on WOLZ, which was, when he starts to get a little bit too much, you're supposed to
rein him in. Down. Rein him in. Pull on the leash a little bit. And yes, I hear you. That's
how many times were you told that anyway?
There you go. History is history. So it's all good. All right. That's going to do it. We're doing our hour thing. So awesome as always. Next week, we're going to do this again. Just a quick note, Wednesday is going to be our day, right? So that's our plan now, is that a new show is going to drop every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Awesome. So this one we are recording on a Monday. It'll be on this Wednesday, and then we'll have another one. I mean, it'll be wherever you get your podcasts. We're going to be there with a new show every Wednesday.
And make sure you listen to the commercial after this podcast, if there is one. Sometimes there isn't, sometimes there is. But if there is, we just ask you to listen, because that helps pay us more money.
So there's our final advice for the day. Mr. Odom, always a pleasure. And as always, now it's just up to you to say,
see ya.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I think you...
I meant US Bank.
I knew that.
US Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point of sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what US Bank is for. US Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.